on today, guys? Welcome back to another video. I know this is a late upload, but I'm actually recording and editing and uploading this all at once within a few hours. So that explains one, why this video is late, and two, why this probably seems a little rushed. But instead of doing an automotive video or an auto vlog, as I like to call it from time to time, I'm doing a sit-down video, not something I typically do. But it's serving the purpose of kind of an update, because this channel has been kind of lacking of behind the scenes stuff that I've been wanting to do. I did like a couple podcasts for a little while too as well, and that's something I'll get into later on in the video. But let's just start on just the channel itself right now. So far, you know, we just hit 200 subscribers, and I still can't thank you guys enough for that. That's awesome to me. I know on YouTube scale, there's, you know, a lot of channels around my size, and, you know, it shouldn't be a big deal to a lot of channels to hit 200 subscribers. But I myself, having been doing this for almost 3 years and just now getting to the point, I'm happy. You know, I'm happy to grow so much in 1 year. When I started this year, I wasn't even at 100 subscribers yet, so just seeing a growth of close to 120 subscribers almost, before the end of 2017, it was awesome. You know, I came into the year probably around 70 or 80 subscribers, so it's a pretty good growth within the last few months, and I can't thank all of you guys enough. Can't thank all of the guys who have come to see this channel for all the stuff I've done. I can't thank enough all the people that have came and worked with me on videos. You know, all my friends down here in Georgia, where I live. You know, your Kindle Stones, your MG Productions, your Liffer Games, everybody else in that little group that came and was taking part in my videos with me. Also can't thank Bullet Train back up north for just giving me kind of a kick in the back, I guess you could say, back in February, right after my grandmother passed away. So he kind of jumped into the picture around the time that she passed away, and he helped me out, started moving again, and he kind of motivated me a little bit. So I can't thank him enough for keeping me in YouTube, because, to be honest with you, after that whole time period, I've mentioned in videos before, I was not in a good place of mind, and you know, I can't thank those guys enough, all the people that I've mentioned previously in the last 20 seconds, for coming in and just keeping me going. Because, to be honest with you guys, like I said, I was not in a good state of mind after my grandmother passed away in February. I actually just had a near repeat of that just a few weeks ago. I didn't mention it on camera, but my other grandmother recently was in the hospital after suffering a stroke, and it was a near fatal stroke. And, you know, it was very sketchy. You know, she easily could have died, and I would not have known about it until that night. So, you know, I appreciate all the people that follow me on my other social medias, my personal ones that I don't talk about here, because that's usually where I mentioned it. I keep those as personal accounts because quite frankly, it's kind of my one place away from YouTube. Like, YouTube's my place away from my normal life, and my social medias is where my normal life is, and I'm not, you know, I'm trying to get away from YouTube. Sometimes I'll merge the two, like in the case of my Instagram page, where I post a lot of personal stuff, but at the same time, I will usually throw in some sort of YouTube content stuff in there as well, which is why I leave it in the description of my videos, because I consider kind of a multi kind of thing, where it's very business and it's very personal. So you kind of get a double look at everything, where you can see what's going on in my personal life, but at the same time getting the behind the scenes stuff in my videos. So if you haven't already, go follow those down below, all the ones I have listed. I don't have a Facebook page for this channel anymore. I did back when it was Adamson 1, back when I had like 30 subscribers. So that's kind of that. But anyway, content stuff. So a lot of you guys know I recently announced the Sport Track was getting painted. I still haven't decided quite yet if I'm keeping the Ultra Blue. I mentioned in the video that I was, but after further consideration, I'm actually tossing it up to painting it a different color. So if you guys have any other cool ideas, leave them down in the comments below. I'm about to say leave it in the description. You guys can't edit the description. Just leave them in the comments below and give me some ideas for what I should paint the truck. And like I said, I'm still debating keeping it Ultra Blue, because Ultra Blue would be a lot cheaper to get it repainted, since it's already the base color. But if we're going to the process of primering it and you know sanding everything, getting it completely prepped, I mean, what's the purpose of keeping it blue? You know, saving money and keeping it blue. If I did that, it would probably only be cheaper if I got touch-up painted. You know, if I got all the imperfections done. But I'm going for a completely new coat of paint because I feel like in the end, if I just cover the imperfections up, it's gonna look different. It's not gonna blend properly, and it's just gonna look dumb. So I think a fresh coat of paint is gonna help this thing out a lot. I agree with my parents on this one. Um, that's the only big thing I have planned in the future. The supercharger build's up in the air. I mentioned in the last video I said I was going through with it. Plans change, of course. I haven't decided just yet, but I think I could either do a new car build for you guys. I plan on getting a job probably either at the end of December or beginning of next year, somewhere in that time frame, to do on weekends, and I plan on saving up money and getting a new car. Not something I'm gonna daily drive per se, but something I can toy with and have and be happy with. Because the Explorer's nice. I love the Explorer to death. It'll always be my child essentially. But I'm ready to get something smaller that would be a little bit better on gas. Maybe probably not because I'm probably gonna buy a Mustang. But I want something a bit smaller because driving a truck around, you get kind of this weird feeling when you drive at places. For example, I went to Chick-fil-A in Douglasville yesterday, right where I go to school, and I about curbed my wheel because they've got cones out, and when you're driving a truck, you get no turning radius. It's kind of sketchy at times. I try my hardest not to sneeze on camera, but at times like this, I believe it hilarious to leave them in. So I'm gonna leave that in for you guys. It's kind of it's kind of dusty in here. I need to do some more cleaning because I cleaned right before I did this video. But anyway, like I was saying, when you're in a truck, you get no turning radius. You're more than likely gonna hit something pretty easily in your truck. So I about curbed my wheels yesterday, and I was not very happy with how close I was to doing it. Basically, I want to get something probably around probably close to, say, a Mustang or an older Corvette. Now, I'm an import guy through and through. You'll never see me say, muscle's the best thing ever. Because if you go back to the 80s and 90s, American muscle cars were slow. They had that V8, big American muscle factor, but you had the 2-valve Mustang, which produced 260-something crank horsepower, which wasn't very fast, to be honest. And you had the older IROC Z Camaros that were barely putting out 200 horsepower. To be honest with you, in the 80s and 90s, Japanese cars kind of ruled the world in the sense of performance. So that's kind of one thing. And, with the introduction of the LS motor, that kind of changed. Where muscle started to get its good grace back, I guess you could say. The 4.6 still kind of sucked on Ford's end. I never really got big on the 4.6 liter until recently because I learned to respect the 3-valve and the 4-valve a lot more. But yeah, that's kind of that. Hopefully within the next year or two, I plan on picking up a Mustang of some sort. Haven't decided exactly which model I want to get because I want to get a 4-valve. Either way, whether it be the Cobra, which had the 4-valve 4.6, or the GT500, the 07 and 08 model years when the S197 was out. Which is probably my number one I want to pick up. Now the problem is with those cars is they're hard to find, especially the S197 GT500s, because it's a little more rare, I guess. So that's kind of my goal, is to pick one of those up and do the 2010 dash conversion. I'm a big fan of that refreshed S197 from 2010 to 2014. I mean, that's part of the reason why I love my dad's car so much, is it is the refreshed model. So it's possible, and it's going to be quite expensive, but I do want to pick up an 07 or 08 GT500 and do the full conversion from the interior of a 2010 GT500. Same steering wheel, same interior trimmings. The nav. I want the nav really bad. Basically, that'd be it. The powertrain itself would not be touched because it's actually, according to the research I've done, it's the exact same motor they put in the 2010 GT500. So that's no big deal with me. I'm going to keep that 5.4 in there. Just throw the interior of the 2010 in there and get everything wired up and have a fully functional 2010 dash. And that'd be my plan for that car. And there wouldn't be a lot too much after that. I do wheels, tires. I get upgraded motor parts. I probably swap the stock GT500 supercharger for a Whipple. run some extra power through that thing, and I'd get the Raxium Gen 5 taillights. That's a definite must whenever I get an S197 is the Gen 5 taillights. So that's kind of my plan for a future car. Leave something in the comments if you would rather me supercharge the Explorer or get a whole new car in the next year. Now, obviously, I'm going to keep the Explorer no matter what, so don't tell me to get rid of the Explorer and get something new, because that's not in the options. The Explorer is staying with me for as long as I can afford to keep it running, so that's kind of that. Anyway, let's move on to more content stuff. Podcasts. Now, I used to do podcasts. I did 1 or 2 episodes live. I don't remember which one I did, how many I did. And I've debated doing it again, but this time with my friends Kidney Stone and MG Productions, aka Michael and Kaysen. This is something I just came up with right before recording this video. Neither of them know about this, so I have to talk more with them on that. It'll probably be something we would do during winter break, or after this semester for school. But around the same time, I'm going to start going to car dealerships and trying to get like little weekend jobs, as a detailer or something like that, kind of something simple. And see if we can get something like that rolling. So the next thing I want to bring up is gaming videos. Gaming videos are kind of in a hiatus at the moment for multiple reasons. One of them being that my internet has not been cooperating for the last few weeks. A lot of you guys know this. I've complained about it on Twitter a million times. I've been having to use my personal hotspot, which is now completely maxed out thanks to the Xbox. So I'm currently not able to play anything right now that requires an online connection, which includes Forza Motorsport 7 and GTA 5. So neither of those games I can touch right now, to be honest, which sucks because I'm really itching to play them again, and now I can't right now. Plus viewership. Viewership on my gaming videos has been tanking recently. I can tell you guys are more interested in the automotive content. So I think from now on I'll be doing the gaming videos kind of as a seasonal thing, if you will, where I'll only do it when I don't have a video that's already rendered out. Say for example, I don't have anything coming for the Explorer or the aforementioned future car, and I just need something to film. I'm not the type where I like to half work videos, make stupid videos that don't make any sense. Not anymore, at least. I stopped doing that. So usually I try to find a video topic I would like, and I will film and, do everything I need to do. So that's kind of the story with that right now is, gaming videos are on a hiatus, and we'll be operating. Well, it's not a ride or anything like that. Be uploading kind of at a different pattern than I used to. Speaking of games, I haven't picked up anything new recently. I originally planned on picking up the new Pokemon games that come out on Friday, but I don't know how that's going to work out. Obviously, I'm not going to do a Let's Play on those for multiple reasons, which I'll go through here in a second. But I don't know how in the world I'm going to get that game. But the reasons I'm not doing it in an Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon playthrough like I did Sun and Moon is for multiple reasons. The original Sun and Moon playthrough did really well on the channel. I got tons and tons of views off of those videos, all 12, 13, 14 episodes. And you guys seem to love that series. And, I love that series. I put a lot of work into creating stuff for that series. A lot of time recording those episodes. They were upwards of 20 minutes long. That was kind of my dilemma was when Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon were being announced was am I going to create a Let's Play in this game, because while the Sun and Moon Let's Plays did really well, it didn't fit my channel demographic whatsoever. At the time I was still in that kind of conversion to an automotive channel, so the occasional Pokemon video probably didn't mesh well, so I was afraid of that, which is why I actually recreated the Adamson 1 channel, was to kind of move all my Pokemon content to that and keep all my racing game content on here alongside the automotive stuff. But as I started doing more and more automotive, like I said, my gaming video viewership tanked, and currently I'm not getting a lot of views off of gaming videos at all. In fact, my last video I did on gaming, which was the top 5 cars I want to see in GTA 5, it did horrible compared to any of the videos before or following it. So, like I said, I'm not quite sure what gaming videos are standing on this channel, so I'll keep you guys updated on that as it goes. But the Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon playthrough is up in the air. As soon as I get the game, I'll make a decision. Because like I said, I really enjoy doing the original Sun and Moon playthrough, but at the same time, you know, it did fit the demographic. The Adamson 1 channel, which I do have linked in the description in case you guys haven't noticed, I haven't uploaded to in a while, ever since Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon were announced, and part of that too is to avoid copyright claims from Nintendo, because Nintendo's a pretty big douchebag of a company when it comes to that kind of stuff. I'm not a big fan of Nintendo's business practices in that regard, which is why I stopped recording Nintendo games. I did one video on Mario Kart 7, which got copyright claimed by Nintendo. I did quite a few Pokemon announcement videos last year when Sun and Moon were announced and were on the way to being released. And a lot of those got flagged by Nintendo, one of which actually got blocked. And I was extremely irritated on that because it was a full-on voiceover, and I actually had the volume from the video muted to try to transform it as much as I could. So I was a little irritated with Nintendo on that because I was like, the fair use is not strong with this one. So, I think, though, that that's all the reasoning I need to give for the Ultra Sun Ultra Moon playthrough possibly not happening is, you know, Nintendo's business practices. I just don't feel like dealing with their bullcrap right now. You know, with all the stuff that YouTube has going on with the demonetization and all that stuff, getting copyright claimed right now is probably one of the things I don't like dealing with. In fact, I've taken different approaches to it than I have in the past. In the past, when I did monetize videos, and I did this for fun, just for about 2 years, even though I had well over the views I needed to start monetizing, I chose not to because I didn't want this to turn into a job. But, you know, now that I'm trying to get this thing rolling just to kind of get some running money, just to go get gas and go get food with my friends and just hang out, you know, I kind of need to worry about that kind of stuff. And it used to be in the past, if I got a copyright claim, oh well, I'd leave it up. But now, of course, a lot of the claims I've been getting have been false, so I usually will go and remove the video and, you know, swap the song out and re-upload it later. I did try that with a video I recorded not too long ago where I did the YouTube version where you just cut the audio out, and I didn't realize it cut the voiceover as well. So I'd have like 6.5 minutes of mute in my video. So I deleted that video, edited and re-uploaded it. It was no big deal. It was a little irritating because it took time out of my day, but I'm a little bit more like aggressive, I guess, towards copyright claims. Usually now, I will usually check through them. If there's a claim on my videos for a song I used, I'll check out the artist, and if I can't find the artist anywhere, whether it be on SoundCloud, Facebook, Spotify, YouTube itself, or whatever, I can obviously tell if the claim is false. And usually, to make sure they don't get their way, if they are doing this falsely, I will remove the video and go and re-upload it. So that's kind of that. Mini rant over on copyright claims. The last thing I really have to say is anything involving gaming, like I said, is up in the air. Anything else I have to say, though, is I want to start doing more other content besides just automotive stuff. As you all know, I am a guitarist. I was in guitar class for 2 years in high school. I have quite a few guitars, all three of which are currently off screen. You guys can't see them, but I used to be big on that, so if you guys want me to start doing guitar videos again, I did that a few months back when I was at my old house. If you guys want to see me doing guitar videos again, just let me know, because I had a lot of fun doing the guitar videos. I had a lot of fun strumming around and, you know, playing songs with my eyes closed like I did repeatedly on the channel. Anything else really, though, is more vlog-based. I tossed around the idea, MG Productions gave me this idea because he planned on doing it himself, about doing vlogs, just traditional vlogs. More than just car-related stuff, which is what I've done in the past. But, you know, vlogs like I did the vacation vlog series when I was in Treasure Island, Florida a few months back. I vlogged every single day I was there. And that was right before I switched the upload schedule. So if you guys haven't gone and checked that out, be sure to go way back a few months and you can find these videos. We had a lot of fun down there. It was a really nice trip. I do plan on picking up an action cam, which is like a GoPro. And I can start doing more in-depth stuff with these kind of trips where I can go underwater with the camera and film underwater. I can do all sorts of little stuff for you guys. And I think it'd be really fun to do, to have these kind of special videos made. I originally was actually going to Disney this year for Christmas, but that plan kind of fell through. It's not going to happen, sadly, because I wanted to go to Epcot, and the whole plan of that was to go to Epcot and Disney And the test track ride is sponsored by Chevrolet, in case you didn't know. And I'm a bit of a hater of Chevrolet, being a Ford fan, of course. And the whole like gist of the vlog was going to be going to the test track ride, riding it, and then doing a whole thing where I'd have to make as many roasts about Chevy as I could in 2 minutes. That was kind of the thing. And obviously that didn't fall through because we aren't going to Disney. There is actually something I've got planned in January. Me and MG Productions, I'll be making a trip to Tennessee, so you guys will be updated on that. That'll be an epic video series, as we do plan on going into the car scene in Nashville, which is where we're going. Hopefully. Plans haven't been set in stone for that just yet. That's up in the air. But yeah, I think really all that said, I've basically said all I could for an update. If you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button. If you're new to the channel, I've got a lot of stuff coming soon. I've got a new mod coming in on Friday for the Explorer. Not anything crazy. It's more just something I thought would be nice to have. I know I said that with the keyless entry mode, so that's a funny story as well. That didn't work out. I couldn't get the truck in a programming mode, so I'm going to go to Ford and get that dealt with. That'll be a vlog for sure. Going to Ford and be like, taking my highly modified Explorer to Ford or whatever, clickbait the snot out of it. But anyway, guys, I think that wraps up this update. Thank you guys again for watching. Leave a like and subscribe for more if you're new to the channel, and I will see you guys on Thursday.
We don't want drama, we just want commas. My team tryna eat, I'm thinking Benihana. Love or hate me, all that shit just made me stronger. We the new school, this our alma mater. We don't want drama, we don't want drama. We just want the commas, we just want the commas.